The holiday is over. Let's get down to the mess, honey. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for season 5, episode 8 of Married to Medicine. Like I said, we've been waiting for 2 weeks, and the holiday is over, and it's time to get back on track with our Married to Medicine. When we left off, we had just had a whole whirlwind of mess. Everything, you know what? Let me take that back, because everything was pretty cool, and the only two people, well, they had did enough for a whole episode. Miss Renee and her bullshit, and Shoot Lucy and her bullshit. So it was a night of the old girls showing their ass. So this is where we left off at. We start back up here. We had a really nice scene. It's always nice to see Dr. Simone doing what it is that she does. If she could take that demeanor and that candor home, she'd be fine. Because, girl, your bedside manner is impeccable. Her and Jackie. And she's so easy with her patients. If you could be that easy with Cecil, he could ease into you. Now, chill out. Damn it. Anyway, so, she was dealing with a girl who, her name is Henrietta. And Henrietta is actually a little person. So she had a lot of different concerns and a lot of questions. And Simone was really good with her and her mom and all of this. She didn't even know what a pap smear was. I was like, child, what has your mother been telling you, honey? Because I'm like, I kind of missed that. But, whatever. Everybody parents their own way. So I'm not going to attack her mom's parenting. But it was refreshing to see how Simone, I always like to see Simone at work, because it's a different Simone. It's not the Simone that we see. That's a totally different Simone. So whatever. So we got to see that. Next, we had Heavenly sitting down with Miss Quad and bringing her up to speed on what had actually happened. And yes, they approached the whole Shoot Lucy and the apology that wasn't accepted, and Mariah and the bullshit speech, which was, like I said and everybody else said, was given to Toya but directed at Heavenly. And Heavenly basically said, you know what it is we're going to do it just like it is in the Bible, bitch. An eye for an eye, and of course, that's right, bitch, and a tooth for a tooth. Come on here, I'm for it. I'm totally here for it. I told y'all last thing before we went into the new year. Whatever Heavenly gives out, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Shoot Lucy is nasty. She's nasty, and her fucking daughter is nasty. So whatever anybody gives them, whatever. Same time this is going on, we got Shoot Lucy and Mariah sitting down, kikiing about not accepting the apology. Going on, and they're so bitchy that they're even underlying bitchy and shady to each other, where she's basically saying, you didn't even say happy Mother's Day to me. She's like, I didn't, did I? Because it was all about me. Bitch, shut up. It wasn't all about you. If it was really all about you, you would have had on that dumbass yellow dress, and she had on the beautiful blue dress. It wasn't all about you. Fucking mess. And you know what I noticed about Shoot Lucy? Did y'all look real good? Shoot Lucy looks like somebody. I knew she put me in mind of somebody, but I couldn't put my hands right on who it was that she put me in mind of. And it's actually two people. Two people. Now I'm going to go a whole blast from the past. Take a look here. These two people. Yes. Shoot Lucy looks like Isaac Hayes, and she also looks like Miles Davis. It is what it is. That's who she looks like to me. Child. So she sat up there. I said, look at her ass. I said, girl, bust out a tune, bitch. And the worker is, it's really kind of an insult to the two musical geniuses, because Miles Davis and Isaac Hayes were just that. They were musical geniuses and they are legends. So I'm going to just say right now, sorry to them for comparing you to Shoot Lucy, but y'all all do have a little resemblance to each other, honey. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so Contessa and Miss Renee. Now, after this episode, I watched, and I wasn't too hard on Miss Renee. I did say that Donnell Jones needs to come and get his mammy, and he really does. He needs to get his mammy. He needs to take her home and leave her home. Don't let her out at all. This episode, what went down in this episode, I can tell you, I don't need to see Miss Renee anymore. On not an episode, not a nothing. I don't need to see Miss Renee anymore. Bye, Miss Renee. Toodaloo. Get on about your way. You're a fucking hot ass mess. Anyway, so Contessa basically broke down that she was really embarrassed. She was embarrassed by Miss Renee's behavior. She felt as though it was about jealousy and it was about just basic hatefulness. And it was. And drunkardness. She was running around being a goddamn drunken pugilist at that party. And it was embarrassing. It was the first time she's been to these people's house. You go over there and show your whole black ass. And she did. So she ends up saying, she decides that she's going to basically throw a party of her own, just to try to get, because she got a first impression that was shit. So she's going to try to make up for it, and everything like that. She came up with the theme of a 90s party, which would be so much fun. So much fun. And after it got going, it really was fun. Total fun. With the dress, the way they were going to dress and all of that. Bunch of fun. So they go into this. As the party planner gets there, Key, she gets there, and everybody's in these high spirits. Then you start seeing, I said, damn, Miss Renee, bitch, you jealous of Contessa too. You're fine with Contessa being your Contessa, but when she steps into her own lane, you're fucking jealous. What is that about? What is that about? I don't understand. But everything Contessa said, she was combating. And I've been in this position, and I think we've all probably been in this position with people. Anytime you're in a friendship with a person and everything you say, they combat, there's something green, whether they're wearing it or not. Anybody who is always combating with you and always feel as though you're in a competition with them, they're a person that you don't need to be bothered with. That's some old hateful, low life, low self-esteem ass bullshit. And I was looking at Miss Renee and I was starting to like her less and less. And by the time I got to the 45-minute mark, I was done with Miss Renee. I don't need to see Miss Renee's ass no more. Bye, Miss Renee. Bye. Get on about your way. She's ridiculous. She went all the way down to the day of the party. The day of the party is before the party gets started. Everything's all set up. Meanwhile, she ain't had to do the cooking and all of this. She the nanny. You didn't do anything. You're just walking around being the nanny. She asked her to feed the kids. Because naturally Contessa knows what she's doing. As far as raising her kids, she gave the kids totally away from the adults and all that. She said, can you feed the kids? She's giving her all this attitude. Bitch, did you forget this is what you get paid for? You get paid to feed the kids. And she said, and Contessa even, because she still takes it on, as this mother thing. She said, maybe I said it wrong. Girl, how else do you say feed the kids? I mean, we heard you. It wasn't, You weren't even being nasty. You weren't being a bitch. That's a consistency across the board. We all know Contessa's a regular schmegular girl. She not overdone. She not bougie. She not any of those things. Miss Renee is a bitch. And that's all that there is to it. I'm sorry, Donnell Jones, but it is what it is. Your mammy is a bitch. And you need not have even let her get her bald-headed ass up on this goddamn show. Because I can't imagine child plays. She needs to stay her ass wherever she was. You really made a fuckery of your own self on this show. You ain't had no business on here. You ain't had no business with your ass rolled up on here. You didn't. You right. You didn't fit in. There was nothing good for you. Bye, Miss Renee, girl. Bye. Get out of here. Then they told her, well, go, Miss Renee, if you need, because she's like, I need to get out of here. This, that. She didn't even want to stay for the party. And then she threw something at Contessa. And they'll say, what, you don't like it? Contessa was better than me. And she said, go ahead and fire me now. Well, bitch, that's a given. And Contessa still wasn't trying to do that. And what one thing that we did see, Dr. Mark and Contessa, he wasn't for that bullshit. He wasn't for it. He started in and told her, I don't know what the hell, what just happened? Like, what just happened here? Whatever, but know this, it ain't acceptable. So he done already put his thing down, let her know. Handle it or I'm going to handle it because it ain't acceptable. No, it's not, Dr. Mark. It's not acceptable. It's a bunch of bullshit. And she don't need to come back in y'all's house. Fuck you throwing shit at her. And it don't even matter if she wasn't her boss. Why are you throwing shit in our house? What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here, Miss Renee, bitch. Bye. Bye. Take your rap and go to fuck on home or wherever. Anyway, she pissed me off. I'm like, she right on up there with the Shoot Lucy's of the world. I don't need no more of that. Bye, Miss Renee, bitch. Anyway, okay, so let's go backwards a little bit. Jackie and Curtis. Curtis comes over to the house, child, and I'm looking at his old, decrepit, old, sad ass. And that's what I said. Now I'm looking at Curtis, and I'm really checking him out. You got your big ass squeezed up in this damn car. Now you get out the car, you sit up there, and you stroll your way to the door to take you 900 years because your ass is all old and broke the fuck down. And you tip your way up to the door. And I said, Curtis, how does it feel to have to ring the doorbell on your own house? You know that's what happens when your dick is hot and it gets away from you. You end up being the person that has to ring the doorbell on their own house. Fucker. Anyway, so he goes in there, he's talking to Jackie, how he feels bad, that's, you lock the doors at night. What the fuck you think I'm supposed to do, stupid ass? He don't know what to say for himself. He full of shit. And then he's still, he's just Curtis. He's still arrogant a little bit because he's telling her, it's been hard on me too. Fuck whether it was hard on you, Curtis. Nobody cares. See, hard on and you is how the whole problem got started. Did you forget? And obviously what you had going on with the other bitch is over because you over here trying to get the fuck back. I want my family back and all that old bullshit. But whatever. We're going to go on and respect it because Jackie is going to work it out with her husband, and that's fine because we like Jackie. But fuck Curtis and that bullshit. And Jackie told him, we go real slow. I ain't ready to be seen all out in the public gallivanting with your old cripped up ass. You had me humiliated. You know what I mean? This, that, and the other. And she told all the feelings I've been through, infertility, cancer, the death of my father, and I gauged it all out. This is the worst of all of them. I said, if that don't make you feel like shit, so that was that. And then she took him and walked him to the door and opened the door and let him out and closed it. Guess what, Curtis? She locked it. Fucker. He went on. She met up. She sat with Simone. And that was cool. They had a good little conversation. Good thing we saw the lookbook is just about done. And the pictures, the pictures turned out gorgeous for her lookbook. So that's all done. So that was something good. And the conversation they had, her and Simone, it was cool. Simone didn't judge. Simone just gave nothing but encouragement. This is the things that a friend should do. Whatever you decide, then I'm going to stand behind you, whether I agree with it or not. But Simone was always pulling for him to stay together. That's the one thing. Each of the women that are having issues with their marriages, all the other women, there's no woman that's saying leave, 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 leave. They were in the beginning. They were like, because that was a natural reaction. But as soon as they saw that Jackie was considering staying, nobody went into, girl, you stupid, this, that, and the other, or any of that. They were like, okay, fine, work it out. Okay, cool. We got your back as encouragement. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I'm glad that they're, I never liked this thing of whose fault, this blame, shaming, and all that, because that was all bullshit. It was not Jackie's fault. I don't make you pull your dick out and do anything. Well, not like that. Anyway, so that was a mess. But I was like, good, Simone didn't do that. It was just that but encouragement, and we got your back. So that was cool. Then we see Quad. She's over her friend Emily's house, and she basically had just a time of venting. She was able to vent. Emily sat decent, and she let her vent. And it wasn't giving you're stupid, and because that's what you need. You just need to listen. Somebody to listen. I'm not asking you for your opinion. I'm not asking you to tell me what you need me to do or what you think I should do. Because most of the time when a motherfucker gets to telling you what you should do, it's a motherfucker that can't do what it is that they're telling you to do. They can't do it their goddamn self. It's just that I need you to listen. Just listen and let me get the shit up and get it off and be done with it. I don't need your insight. When I need your insight, I'll tell you what your insight is. Anyway, so that was that. So, and at the same time, Quad ended up inviting Emily to come to the 90s party over at Contessa's house. So that was basically, that's it. That's all that kind of went on. Let's go to the party. So the party setup is nice. Everything. They had lowriders. They had fly girls dancing. It was really, everything was really throwback to the 90s. Contessa was dressed like Aaliyah, like one of the Aaliyah videos. She had the bib overalls and the long wavy hair and the bandana. It was the age ain't nothing but a number. It was all that. It was that look. All the way back. And Dr. Mark was dressed basically like R. Kelly. Oh, shit, let me go back. I got to jump back for a minute. Okay, before we get to the party, all the guys got together. Well, not all of them. Cecil, Dr. Mark, and Dr. Gregory all got together. And the guys, they sat and they did the same thing the women did. Regardless of what problems may have happened or what has gone on, they gave Dr. Gregory some chat about him because he got to talk and vent about his situation with Quad. And when they spoke to him, his wheels were turning, and you could tell Dr. Gregory was listening. He was listening, and he was hearing what he's not hearing from Quad, and then basically figured out we saying the same goddamn thing. The both of them. We're both saying the same thing. I'm not getting this, and I'm not getting this. They're both saying the same thing, but neither one of them is actually listening to each other. So, I think this is the turning point. I think we're going to see some switches, some change next week. But there was no competition there anymore. Because that's what it is. She's a hot head and a hot mouth. He's a hot head and a hot mouth. And neither one is hearing each other. Same thing like with Cecil and Simone. Cecil is as hot-headed and as smart-mouthed as Simone is, but he doesn't always orchestrate it. So he has taken so much of Simone's shit to where now he's tired. And now he fires back and he lets her ass have it and she can't take it. But they get to that thing where neither one is listening. They say the same shit, but ain't neither one listening. So I think we're getting to the turning point with everybody. Everybody's getting back on track with what the fuck. Like, okay, enough of this bullshit. Season's almost over. Let's get the shit together. Catch them teas. Anyway, so Cecil. Let me go back to the party. Cecil was dressed like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Dr. Mark was dressed like R. Kelly, like back in the day, R. Kelly. Oh, and that was the other thing. So I'm jumping backwards again. That Dr. Mark, we got to actually see Dr. Mark. Dr. Mark's ass is all right when he's out of like the regular clothes, like his work clothes, or out of a suit. When he was just over at Cecil's house and just had on jeans and a t-shirt, that motherfucker's tatted up. And he's tall and put together real nice, Dr. Mark. I said, oh, wait a minute, Dr. Mark. Come on now. Come on through. And then when I looked at him and then I thought about Contessa, I said, wow, they're perfect. Like they're perfect for each other. And like everything about them, their demeanors go together, their body types and everything. Like they're a good looking couple. They really are. And you don't see it really until they're out of garb, when they're in their regular schmegular clothes. They are just like a good looking black couple, just a regular black couple. If you looked at them and you seen them on the street, you wouldn't say, oh, they have money, oh, those are two doctors. You would just say, well, that's a nice looking man and a nice looking chick. So I'm liking Dr. Mark and Dr. Contessa. I'm liking them. Okay, now let's go to the party and finish up here. Here we go, 20 minutes in here. So to get to the party, tell me, what was Mariah dressed up like? She just looked like an old bitch dressed up like young Vanessa Williams, trying to. She had like this, and her hair was too big. It was kind of like a cross. Like the whole outfit that she was giving me Vanessa Williams, the right stuff. It was giving me that, but the hair was a little too long, so you know Mariah overdoes everything. So the hair was kind of giving me, how will I know? It was, girl, you done got confused somewhere in there, and this shit ain't going together. But I don't understand. Maybe you thought you looked like Pebbles. You don't. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it was Pebbles that she was trying to give. I don't know, but it would look like a cement block. I don't know. I just didn't like it. It was just a mess. Then a big old fucking flower. She just looked ridiculous. Quad gave you crop top and a bikini bottom and a nice old. She gave you video vixen. Is what she gave. Video vixen. I said, okay, Quad, easy, bitch, easy. She's done, but it was giving me video vixen. And same thing with that Emily. Emily's ass was done. You know, they didn't focus a whole lot on Emily, but Miss Emily's body's together. Miss Emily and Quad, they came stepping up in there, and they was giving video girls. They both should have been on the side of the car giving, ow. You know, that's what they was giving. I thought of everybody the whole way around. Best dressed, I give it to Heavenly. Heavenly, literally at a glance, you thought you was looking at Peppa. She looked just like Peppa. I mean, dead on. Dead on. I was like, wow, girl, now you did that. You did that. She did that. Toya, video vixen, but video vixen after Burger King. Video vixen. It was like an old bitch dressing up like a video vixen. Yeah. That's what it was given. Like, I used to be a video vixen. But she don't look bad. But it's given, you know what I mean. Had a video vixen and then had a couple kids. Child, whatever. But body's still cool. But then had a couple kids. Honey, and just came from Burger King. Dropped the kids off right before she came to the party, bitch. Anyway. So they get to the party. Everything's fine. They're having a good time. And then we have... there's always confrontation. Simone feels as though Heavenly, since they came back from New Orleans, is treating her differently. And she's throwing shade at her. So they both go over, and this is, now catch these teas. Heavenly knows how she is. Simone knows how she is. So they go over to the side to talk. But they bring, I said, why are they bringing their husbands into this shit? Because they don't usually involve the men in this shit. But they bring Dr. Damon and they bring Cecil over to the side. Now, Dr. Damon didn't have to say, Dr. Damon actually spoke pretty much for Heavenly because Heavenly don't know how to talk. She talking shit just be fucked up. And she knows that she don't know how to talk. She don't know how to communicate real well. So she had Damon talk for her. And, Cecil's always there to grab Simone in case she go left, okay? So that's why the husbands were actually involved. And then after that, the husbands kind of just shot and let them go. And that was it. And that was it. She just basically, Heavenly felt, and I didn't get this really at first, Heavenly felt as though her spirituality was being challenged. Because she battles. And that's the thing that she's battling inside, that my outside is not doing what my mouth is saying my outside should be doing. And she understands that. So it's a soft spot. And the whole going to the voodoo shop and then the back and forth that took place, she felt as though Simone was pointing a finger and saying, you're not holding up to what it is that you're saying. And like her spirituality was being challenged, and it hurt her feelings. And that's what it was all about. And they got through it, got past it. It was cool. Wasn't no yelling, no screaming. She told her, listen, it is what it is. I'm not trying to lose my friendship. I'm not trying to fuck up my friendship. And I love you. And I don't want to hear about this shit no more. And they hugged it out. That shit was squashed and it was over. Now on to the next part of business. That motherfucker was like waiting. Simone is a troublemaker. Simone had been waiting. She was waiting so she could make up with her girlfriend so she can go and squash that shit and they could get Mariah, bitch. I said, oh. She set that shit right up. That bitch went over there and got her a tequila and said, let's go. She eased her ass around there and got to talking to Mariah. Mariah's like, oh yeah, playing them games about, oh no, I wasn't trying to do nothing heavily. I wasn't being shady. She goes, I don't even know why Mariah's trying to play me right now. But she went and reenacted all of it, pull everybody together, go say, come here, Heavenly, sit down right here, honey. And then reenacted it all. And then, of course, Quad's going to chime in because, that's my girlfriend. Honey. She's Patty. So they reenacted. And she says, the award was given to Toya, but the speech was given to Heavenly. And Mariah, of course, no, see, you trying to be messy. Because, Quad was chiming into my child messy boots. I got to laugh. I said, this shit's going to go left. That's Simone. Simone was just as, she was just as happy with herself, honey. They flipped that shit, put that shit on Mariah like, yeah, bitch, it's time to pay the piper, bitch. Sat over there. I said, good, get her, honey. Get her ass. Because she's always plotting and planning, bitch. So here's a plot and a plan for you. We're going to get you, bitch. And your mother's not here to swing her purse. I said, uh-huh. So they're getting ready. You can see Mariah's getting all upset. I said, look at her. Look at her, honey. Look at her. Bitch. She was getting upset. So they kept going. And she said, no, it wasn't that. And Simone's like, hey, I'm not starting trouble. Everybody felt that way. I felt that way. Heavenly felt that way. Jackie felt that way. Who else didn't feel that way? And everybody's giving. And Mariah, that got bad baby, start saying, she goes saying some shit to Heavenly. Heavenly's like, oh man, fuck all that. I ain't trying to hear it. Bitch, you shady. You are shady. You're always shady. You're a liar. So nobody's trying to hear what you got to say because we all know you lie, right? Y'all know she lies, honey. And she got bad going, turn around there and tell Damon, Dr. Damon, come and get your wife. Come and get your fucking wife. I was like, who is she talking to like that? And Heavenly wasn't feeling that. She told her, he ain't got to come and get me, bitch. I'm right here. What are you talking about? I said, uh-huh. I said, Mariah, you doing too much. You trying to be all important and shit. And that shit ain't working. It ain't going down tonight. So that they got to get, it was getting real upset. excited, honey, and we broke out. It broke out from there because they start, they're going back and forth, and she said something to Heavenly, and Heavenly told her, "Your motherfucking mama, bitch." I said, and she will say, "Oh, whoop, there we go again." She'll say, "See, there you go again, girl. Fuck you and your motherfucking mother, bitch. Fuck you and Shoot Lucy, bitch. Y'all done kikied and laughed. You done nasty lives and all of that, and then you still try to play the victim. Man, fuck Mariah's ass. Y'all go on down there and get in them comments, and let's go ahead and get it started, because I know y'all get ready to start. Fuck Mariah. That bitch, they did to her what she does to everybody else. Fuck that bitch. See y'all next week."